how did you heard about Olialia and how you are interested in this project?
I heard about Olialia and this project through a girl called Louisa Edwards, who is a freelance producer in the UK, and she had met Eustace and other people, I think, in the organisation. I can't quite remember where and when, but she certainly knew a lot about the project. And she was looking to partner with another production company because she realised, I think, that the scope of it and the potential was huge, and that she probably needed some help to do it. So she came to us because she knew our creative director, and then we started talking about doing it together. And as soon as she started to tell me about what you guys were doing here, I immediately thought, this is really interesting. And my partner Sam Branson, he was excited too. So we did a bit of research and we developed some ideas, and then we had a meeting a few months ago with Eustace and the team in London, and at which point we thought, absolutely, this is really fascinating.
Okay,
and
so
we started to develop it. Sorry, there's many answers there for you.
So you think that this project, well, you are professional, yes, to fight with the concurrence, yes? This is Olialia pizza, by the way.
Ah.
2 cookies.
Yes, I can see. I get it now. Have we got this one?
But there needs still some
D size. D.
This is the deep Olialia pizza that I've ordered.
So,
Sorry, your question.
Yes. You think that this project, it will be? Do you have some like visions how it will
Yes,
be?
we have. Well, I think that there's a number of directions this project could go, but we think there's a very rich mix of ideas for a business that we could follow, some technology maybe, some politics, some society, philosophy, but most of all there's potentially a wonderful mix of people's stories as they work on this, as they fulfill their own personal ambitions and dreams.
So you mean Olialia baby?
Self, maybe, we will all, you will all be involved, I'm sure, in some way. So, good television, particularly factual documentary television, needs a number of stories. It needs beginning, middle, and end. You need to follow stories through, and you need to follow people's stories, so that we get to know you as individuals, or the people working on the project. What's their background, where they come from, what do they want to achieve, how is the project working out for them, how do they meet the challenges that will come along. Sometimes things won't go so well, there will be a few tears, I'm sure, along the way, but obviously we hope it's a very successful outcome at the end. But I think it could make fascinating television. People will want to follow the story and follow it through the eyes of individuals.
Okay. So, did you find some interesting stories? Maybe?
Absolutely, yeah. We've talked to a lot of people in 3 days. We've filmed a lot of interviews, so we've got to know some of the key people who will be involved, either from the business side, from the entertainment side, from the girls, and absolutely, there is a great feeling of excitement about the project. I think for a lot of people it will be. It'll be like a dream job to work on it. So there's masses of enthusiasm. So it's very exciting.
Did you have some, I don't know, did you meet some people or had some, saw something what you surprised or that you didn't expect that it would be some?
I think, yeah, no, that's a very good question. The things I'm not surprised by are that there are a lot of very beautiful blonde women in Lithuania. That is what I expected, and it absolutely is very true. So that was not a surprise. I suppose the surprise for me is more, there is a great feeling of confidence and ambition about the people I've talked to. They are very focused, they're very clear about what they want to do with their lives, and that confidence is quite special, I think. And I wasn't expecting that necessarily, and that's been very impressive.
Okay, So what's your plans? You are coming back to London, and
Well, our plan is we have shot a lot of material on this trip, and we will be cutting a tape to promote the series, which we will be taking to Channel 4 in the UK on Wednesday. They are very interested in the project. They know a bit about it, but they need to know more. So we are talking to a team there about how this will develop down the line, and then hopefully we will move on to the next stage, which it could be a number of things, but we know there's other trips coming up maybe that'll be interesting to record and shoot, so hopefully we can move on to doing that. But the main thing will be to decide what shape the programme will be and what the format is. So we hope to move that on quite quickly, or very quickly now.
okay. So you've made interviews with racers, with girls, singers.
Yep,
Olialia team.
Yes, we had a very good day on Friday, and again on Saturday at the race in Palanga with the Olialia team, and we spoke to the drivers and the mechanics, and we spoke to the girls who were working there, and a number of other people. We also got very wet in the evening, but it was great fun, and it was a great example of the sort of spirit and life that I think the brand has. So I think we've got lots and lots of good material.
Okay, so this material which you had, you will use it in TV show maybe, or it's like
We might use some of it, but it's more for a promotional film that we want to do, because for us now it's very important when we develop ideas to show partners, broadcasters or channels, show them a sense of what might be in a series. So that's why it's so important to have spoken to a lot of people. So we will cut something, and it's sort of like our cast. They're real people obviously, but these are the people you'll be seeing a lot more from, and I think we have lots of good stuff from those people to illustrate that. So we will cut quite a short film that will be a sort of a representation of what the story is, and contain all the elements and cover the various areas that we will want to cover in the...
Okay, and people could see this film.
This will be for Channel 4. This won't be seen by the public.
And for us.
And you.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't count as the public.
Okay, in television, could you tell us this vision, what it will be, that reality show Olialia on Island? What is its purpose?
Well, in my mind at the moment, I think the most interesting direction is a factual documentary, which is observing the project as it goes along and observing people's stories. And that's a format, that's a type of program that is very much in demand in the UK. There's been some very successful examples recently of similar programs, and they're looking for more. But what they need is a property that has got a really rich mix of things happening, people, characters, events, etc. And that's why I'm very excited by the Olialia as a brand, as a business, but also specifically the island project.
Okay, so now
Enjoy the process, the idea of being on TV. But as I say, it's important to get them to relax, to be natural, to be themselves, to be honest. As soon as people see ordinary people trying to be something they're not, it looks terrible. It doesn't work at all. So we need to avoid that. But as I was saying before, you normally find that after a while people get very used to cameras being around, and they stop acting and they do feel more relaxed, and that's when the good stuff comes.
the question is to 10,000 girls who want to be in a TV project. Do you have some visions how to contact them, or how to...
Well, I think if we're going to have to choose out of 10,000 girls, we're going to need some help. We may rely on some of you guys here to help us a bit with that, I think. We won't have time to go through all those. But it won't just be about the glamour side. It won't just be about the girls. It'll be about people who are working in offices, on the business side, on the design side, the marketing. etc. It needs to be a rich mix of stories.